Hey, welcome, Big Tamer's Kitchen. We got a good one for you today. So winter is starting to creep in the line of fall in Minnesota. We've had our 30-degree days already, and that usually gets me in the mood for some chili. This is one of my favorite chili recipes. It's not a red chili. This is a white chicken chili, and we're gonna do my cornbread recipe today for you. We add a little zip of some tequila on our chicken to get some marinade going. But real simple recipe. We're gonna use 2 full onions, medium to large onions, rough cut, a couple cans of peppers or chilies. You're gonna need 1 tablespoon plus 1 teaspoon of cumin and 2 teaspoons of cayenne pepper, some red pepper flake, and some clove if you have it. Then about 6 cups of broth or stock. You can use dry beans. I'm happy to use canned beans today. I'll use 3 cans of these in there. We'll make it all in our stock pot. We'll put that on the Traeger just to get a touch of smoke on it, a little flavor. And in the meantime, we'll get our marinade going. We'll show you how we do that. And then we'll talk through our great cornbread recipe, which is super, super simple. It's 1 box of cornbread mix, 1 yellow cake mix, and a can of cream corn. And basically you just follow the instructions for each one of these separately. So if it's 3 eggs and 1 egg, it's 4 eggs total. If it's 2/3 cup of milk and a cup of milk, it's a full cup of milk. Those kinds of things, and 1 can of cream corn. We'll take a minute here, and then we'll get ready, set up, and we'll start making our marinade for this chicken breast and take you through it step by step. Stick around, it's gonna be a really good recipe today. All right, let's mix up this wonderful, wonderful marinade for the chicken breast. Ziploc bag, right? Dump them in there. I zested. These are really small limes, so I zested like 2.5. Get some zest that looks just like that. Beautiful color. The smell is unreal. I just dumped that in there. Then roll your limes. Roll your limes. It releases the juice. We're going to take the juice, all we can squeeze from 4 of these limes, and put in there. Look at that. Beautiful. This is giving a really nice citric pop of flavor. It works really well with the spice combination that we'll put in here. It's basically 1 teaspoon of cayenne, 1 teaspoon of cumin, love cumin, and about a tablespoon of red pepper flake. And then we're gonna finish it off with a 1/2 cup of tequila. You're gonna mix it up with the bag closed. You're gonna put it in your refrigerator for about 3 hours. It can go a little longer. Try not to go over 4 hours though, because the citrus will break down that chicken and give it kind of a weird texture. And at that time, we're going to bring it out, put it on a hot grill, cook it through, and then we're going to cube it up and put it inside our chili. And we'll serve this chili up with some sour cream and some Colby Jack cheese, and maybe some, diced up green onion or something. It's one of my favorite meals in the winter, especially fall now. Great for tailgating. You can make this ahead, bring the chicken with you, have the chili put together, dump the chili in there, bring the fixins. Day at the lake, when you're cleaning up, whatever it needs to be. So we'll go 1 more in there for now. Hey, if you anybody out there that makes this recipe or makes one of my other recipes, you know what? Hit a comment on the bottom so I know. It just helps me and Gunner know what we're doing. It makes us feel a little better that we're not just playing around, but maybe someone made one of these delicious recipes for their house. Ooh, there's a lot of juice in these limes. Okay. Again, 1 teaspoon of cumin, 1 teaspoon of cayenne, and a tablespoon of red pepper flake. Just gonna dump that in there. Little pop, right? This is the white chicken chili surprise. This is the surprise. just a half a cup of tequila. Let's go one more in there. They're so small. All right, we'll see you in a couple hours when we get ready to make our cornbread. We'll go through that step by step because it's easy as cornbread and your family's gonna love it. And when we pull this chicken out, we'll get the beans. We'll get the 2 cups, or those 2 large onions. We'll braise those down the bottom of this cast iron. 5 cloves of garlic. You're gonna throw some cumin in that. I believe it's 1 tablespoon, 1 teaspoon of cayenne, and some, like a half a teaspoon of cloves if you have them. It gives it a really nice flavor. You're gonna cook those till they're translucent. Then you're gonna add all your beans. So you can use dry beans, but again, I'm just using some canned beans, Great Northerns. And you're gonna put that on, let it simmer for at least an hour. 2 hours is better, but at least an hour gets all those flavors broke down and beautiful. All right, we'll see you in just a little bit. Stay tuned though, because this meal is gonna knock your socks off. All right, you know what? Our chili is simmering. We just need the protein. Here's that chicken that we put in that wonderful marinade. We're gonna grill this up and get a little smoky flavor on it. And this will only take 10, 15 minutes, maybe 20 by the time it's completely cooked through. But we're gonna cook it on indirect heat until we get to the temp we want, and then we're gonna move it up here on these hot grates and get a little singe. I like that. I'm just gonna pour a little bit of this on there, just for the baste. Just absolutely beautiful. All right. Hey, chili's looking beautiful. Set that aside. Here's our grilled chicken that we did. We're gonna add that into the mix. Get that stirred up. Beautiful. I also like to add about a cup of Colby Jack at this time. It just helps thicken up that chili a little bit. We'll put that on the cooker just for a few minutes. You see our amazing cornbread. We're gonna smother some honey butter across there. Let that finish up. There we go. As that heats, it's gonna be a great meal. Super excited. Nice fall meal. Beautiful fall day. We're ready to go. So we'll see you just in a couple minutes downstairs when we plate. I am super excited to dig into this. Cold day in Minnesota, right? Let's review what we've done. We made a white tequila chicken chili and a beautiful cornbread. Look at that glisten on that cornbread. So 2 large onions, right? Bottom of the skillet, 5 cloves of garlic, little olive oil, saute that till it's translucent. Then you're gonna dump in 2 cans of little green chilies, 3 cans of beans, no Great Northern. You can use dry beans if you prepare them the night before. And then 1 tablespoon of cumin, 1 teaspoon of cayenne. Get that all in there, bubbly goodness. 6 cups of chicken stock. Then your chicken breast, we're gonna marinate at least 3 hours, right? Half a cup of tequila, 1 teaspoon of cayenne, 1 teaspoon of cumin, and 1 tablespoon of red pepper flake. About 3 hours, take that out. I grilled it off so we get some singy parts. That's the parts I love. You shred that, put that in here. Look at that bowl. That bowl is full of wonderful goodness. It's gonna warm me up today. That's what I'm looking for. Cornbread. This is my favorite cornbread recipe. People that don't like cornbread, eat this cornbread. Look at the shine on that cornbread. So this is basically 1 package of instant cornbread, 1 instant cake mix. You mix them the same and put them together with a can of creamed corn. Cook them about 375. It takes about an hour. on the cooker. And then I actually make some honey butter and I smear it on top, melt it in. Makes it perfect. I'm gonna get this one ready to eat. But this channel's been going on now 5-6 videos. Gunner, I can't thank enough for doing this and editing. I'm not smart enough to do that, obviously. But if you guys like what you see and you try these recipes, please comment. It helps us get viewership. Subscribe if you haven't. Oh, a little sour cream in there. A little chopped green onion sitting on top. That is a beautiful dish. As soon as we're off camera, I'm gonna smash this thing and I'm gonna put my cornbread in there. It's one of my favorite meals. Tailgating, camping, just Minnesota North Fall. This is Pig Tamer's Kitchen. I love it when you guys join me. I hope you guys are trying some of these recipes because my family loves them. We'll see you next time.